How'd you get my Facebook?
Oh, getting right to it.
Yeah.
I just looked up your name.
I didn't tell you my name.
Well, obviously you did, because I looked it up.
No, I definitely did not tell you my name.
Yeah, you did.
I think I would remember that.
Well, no offense, but you were pretty wasted the other night. I mean,
Can I get you
so
guys
was
some
I.
drinks?
Yeah, Diet Coke, please.
Yeah, Coke.
Coke and a Diet Coke. I'll be right back to take your order.
All right, I had a few drinks the other night, so I may not have remembered telling you my first name, but I definitely did not tell you my last name.
I'm telling you.
Don't lie to me.
Hey.
Look, you don't know me, so I'm gonna let you off the hook this time, but trust me, in the future, you'll be much happier if you always tell me the truth.
Wait. I'll be happier.
Well, you don't think I could make you happy if I wanted to?
So that was a clip from Don Jon, and I'm now joined by the star, the director, and the writer, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to rainy London.
Thank you, good to be
There's
here.
two aspects to this interview. There's the film itself, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I thought it was brilliant.
Oh, thanks.
But there's also your role in it. I mean, you wear many hats, but let's talk about the film first. I mean, it's about a guy who's obsessed with pornography and he finds intimacy really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And he meets this girl who's obsessed with romantic movies and she has an objectification about men. I mean, where did that come from for you? Are you seeing that around a lot? Where did the film start from?
Yeah, sure. I think everyone everywhere experiences being sort of objectified sometimes. I know I have, but I imagine you have too. I think we all have a tendency to be pigeonholing each other, putting each other in boxes, and I do think that oftentimes different kinds of media contribute to that. And I grew up working as an actor in TV and movies, so I think I've always been kind of hyper aware of the influences that different kinds of media have on us. And that's especially true when it comes to love and sex. And so I wanted to make a comedy about that.
But it's not just a comedy. That's great. The tone of the film, I think, is brilliant because
Thanks.
it has that comedic side and you laugh out loud. But there's a really serious undertone to it as well, isn't there?
So I think oftentimes the best way to say something substantial with a film is with a sense of humor.
I mean, and you've had that before. I mean, 50-50. Tonally, I mean, when you did 50-50, you said that that's where the idea came from about the tone for this film as well. Is that
That's
true?
right. Yeah, I had the basic concept of a Don Jon type of character who watches too much pornography and a princess type of character who watches too many romantic Hollywood movies, and was searching around for how to really tell the story. And it was while I was working with Seth Rogen and his whole posse on 50-50 that I thought of, I could do it as a comedy, but sort of a character-based comedy where the jokes are coming less from gags or the humor is coming less from jokes even. But you laugh because you relate to the characters. I was also thinking about Hal Ashby movies or Mike Nichols movies like Shampoo or Harold and Maude or The Graduate or movies like that.
And things like, I mean, you have like the lack of intimacy between two people, the fact that he can't feel love because he's so, he's watching these porn sites all the time. But also in his home life, they're all around the same dinner table, but there's a massive TV on with sports, the communication with his mother and father. His sister is constantly on her phone. So it's something it goes through all stratas of society, not just between men and women in loving situations. But
yeah, you see it throughout his whole life. He really doesn't connect with anything, neither his friends, nor his family, nor his church. Even his own body is sort of an object that he very much wants to fit into a mold. Rather than really pay attention to as a unique individual relationship.
I love that moment because he works out on his own all the time. That's what he does, and he does his penance in the gym.
Yeah.
So he does his penance with his body, but with his mind as well, as he says his Hail Marys while he's doing his chins. But there's a wonderful moment when he's walking to the gym. There's lots of references, visual references. He's walking to the gym to do his workout, and he sees guys playing ball, and he goes and joins them, and that's a great moment for me.
Yeah, thanks, man. I'm glad. That's a little subtle thing at the end, and I like the idea that a person can change. Traditionally, a Don Juan story is a tragedy where the character is destroyed by his sins and selfishness and shortcomings, and certainly John has his sins and selfishness and shortcomings, but I like to have a little bit of hope. I like movies that balance darkness and light. And while this movie certainly does show some dark parts of ourselves and our culture, it also, I think, has some light at the end of the tunnel.
But also you do that great thing, which is, you then have this, you sort of had this romantic movies that she's obsessed with, Scarlett Johansson, who's just fantastic in this movie.
Yeah, isn't she great?
But you've made a romantic movie. That's the other thing, is inside this film is this romantic movie, because he falls in love. He finds that connection with someone.
You're right.
So talk me through the Julianne Moore character that he meets in this class.
The character that I play and the character that Scarlett plays are sort of mirror images of each other. They're two people who are very concerned about fitting in to sort of dominant ideals of what a man is supposed to be and what a woman is supposed to be. And then Julianne Moore plays a woman who just doesn't care, can't care. She's going through something that puts her in a place of just kind of pure honesty. She has her own shortcomings to deal with, I suppose, but you put someone who's that honest next to someone who's got such a strong front that they're always putting up. First of all, it's gonna be funny, and second of all, I think they both, have something to offer each other.
And they connect. I mean, the great thing about it is they connect. And when they connect in that scene, I mean, just things like her house is like you're suddenly in a different environment. Love that. It's
Thank
great.
you.
And now I just want to talk about the process for you as
Sure.
well. Because, you look at actor-directors like Woody Allen and Eastwood and even people like Cassavetes, they're playing an extension of themselves, really. You're playing a really different character to you in this. Was that difficult on set?
To me, I think that made it easier.
Right.
To have a character that I could kind of go in and out of.
Okay.
Because that's what I'm used to doing as an actor. And those are my favorite actors, are the chameleons, the ones who really disappear into the story, Daniel Day-Lewis or Gary Oldman.
Sure, but you're directing as well. So, I mean, you're doing your character and then you're talking to your DOP, you're talking to your fellow actors.
You're right.
Are you still in the voice then? Or
No, and
right.
I think that was nice for me to be able to, when they say rolling, go into the character, and then when they say cut, then become the director, because you wouldn't be able to take this guy seriously if he was trying to tell you, give you direction. But I think the writing process was a big part of what allowed me to go in and out so easily, because typically on a film as an actor you get a few months to prepare with the material before you shoot, whereas with this I'd been thinking about the character for a couple years.
Yeah, sure.
So by the time we got to shooting, I was so familiar with him and how he talked, how he walked, what he would think, what he would say, that it became very easy. I could just kind of quickly turn him on and then turn him off again.
And you have that thing of as an actor you're in about production. But what about post-production? I mean, how were you at editing yourself? I mean, were you constantly saying to the editor, "Oh, stay on me for this bit because I'm really good"? Oh, wow.
Oh man, I'm so good. Oh, look at my hair. This is terrible.
Look
we can't
at those
use
guns.
This.
No, but
no. Well, the thing is, I've actually been making short films and little videos and stuff and editing them myself for a little over 10 years now. It was for my 21st birthday. I got myself my first copy of Final Cut, the video editing software. And since then, I've made, without exaggeration, hundreds of little pieces, little clips and songs and shoot stuff.
A feature is different, isn't it? I mean, the tone of a feature is.
A feature is different, but the thing you're asking about, the ability to view yourself on screen and not be freaked out by the sight of your own face or the sound of your own voice, that is something that I think, by virtue of practicing for those many years and many little projects of pointing a camera at myself, putting the footage on a computer, cutting it up, see what I get, that process allowed me, I think, to be objective and be productive when it came to editing myself.
And can I just talk about hit record? Where did that come from you? Where was the need for that?
Sure. Well, that started a long time ago, around middle of last decade. And at first it was just kind of my own personal philosophy to hit record. That round red record button was like this symbol for me to make stuff, to be creative. And my brother helped me set it up as a website, and a community sort of slowly gathered around it. And we launched it as a production company a couple years ago, and we call it an open collaborative production company, meaning open like anybody can join it, and collaborative because we use the internet and anybody who joins can come and contribute to these projects that I'm directing.
And that's worldwide, it's not just America.
Yeah, worldwide, definitely. A lot of people in the UK. Some of our most prominent artists in the community are from the UK.
Okay.
We have a series of books that we've published called The Tiny Book of Tiny Stories. And the guy who came up with that concept lives in the UK. Okay. He goes by Wiro. He's a really great artist and great writer and great animator and illustrator, and in fact he has a little bit of work in Don Jon. He designed these flashes that kind of exist in the montage, the quick cutting and those flashes. He and I worked together to get that look of those flashes.
And just find what's next for you. What's next on the?
Well, right now we're working on a TV show,
right.
Hit Record on TV.
Oh, brilliant.
So I've been directing that all this year.
Great.
And that's going to start airing in January. I think here in the UK you'll be able to get it on iTunes.
Okay.
It's going to be on cable TV in the US.
Okay.
And it's like a variety show. So every half hour has lots of little pieces, short films and songs and cartoons and short docs, and it's been really fun. I think it's going to be a good
I
show.
look forward to that. And
Thank you.
Can I say I think it's a great film. It's not just a great performance, but every hat you wear it well.
Thanks very much, man.
No
Glad you dug
worries.
it.
Thanks a lot.